Is it more than just about money?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. It can be your time. Our time is very precious. Everyone says, oh, I've just got no time. And our knowledge can be training someone at work, helping them develop their skills
That's
to
a
be
form
better.
of giving.
Yeah, it's a form of giving. And I'd just like to share a little example that I was taking my 2 dogs for a walk one day and one of them just collapsed. And I thought, oh, what do I do? And I was having a panic, and one lady stopped to help me. And although it's something really small, she gave of her time to help me.
And how did that make you feel?
Oh, wonderful. It just made my stress levels so much easier to manage.
Make you feel like the world's a better place?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it's not just about giving just for the sake of giving or feeling like you have to give. It's the attitude that you give. And in the same verse I was reading before in 2 Corinthians, it goes on to say, each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. So it's about having the right attitude. Like how many times it's like, oh, I suppose I better help them out. Or I suppose I better give. Oh, I should do this. It's not about that. It's about what's in your heart.
Guilty feeling when someone knocks at the door and they shake the can or whatever, and you know it's a good cause, but you just don't feel like it. Tell me, how can we know giving's a good thing to do? How can we want to give more? Because we kind of logically think, yeah, that would be a good thing, but we don't feel like it. How can you want to give more?
Yeah, I think it's a mindset. We've got to realise that everything comes from God anyway. He gives us everything, and so we're just giving something back to someone else to help them out. And when things are tight, God has promised that He will help us. He will supply every need, and I know He has in my life. Yeah.
So, Sarah, what else do you see as a way of giving or wanting to give more? How can we want to give more?
Yeah, giving is definitely a condition of the heart, and I think when you invite God to be part of that process, He naturally gives you that desire to want to give to other people. And it's not just about giving, you know, you and me should both give $20 each because that's what's expected to give. It's about giving of yourself and according to what you have. And Jesus tells of a story in the Bible about a lady that went there and she gave as everything she had. Even though it was only a little compared to someone else, she gave everything she had. And the disciples turned he turned to the disciples and he actually said, she is going to be so blessed. She gave all she had. It's not that she gave $100. It doesn't matter what it is you have. If it's time that you have, if it's a vehicle that you can have where you can pick people up and drop them off, if it's time that you can have to get on the phone, ring someone up and pray for them, it's just about giving of yourself as much as you can give because God's in your heart encouraging you to give.
So God recognises it's kind of like a ratio thing.
Yeah.
So if some billionaire was to give $5, that's different from someone who's like broke giving 2 cents.
Definitely.
Yeah, because every cent counts when you've got nothing.
Yes.
And so the Bible's really saying there, sounds like the Bible's saying that God sees where you're at and He values your giving and will be blessed in accordance with where we're at.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an awesome promise. You know, the Bible is filled with awesome promises. Next week we're going to move on from giving to the next commandment, which talks about do not covet. Now, covet is wanting something. Now, this is an interesting question because isn't it good to want things? Isn't that part of goal setting and that propels us to move forward and achieve more in our lives? And so when we consider whether or not we should be ambitious, is the Bible saying us, don't reach out, don't be ambitious like that? We're going to look at this and much more next week, and we invite you to remember, whether or not you've got big questions or small questions, God has got answers for you sent with love.